Hello and welcome to another episode of Your World. This week host with me, Adrian Arikusumo, and let's begin with our first segment with updates from Gaza. After 6 months of war in the Gaza Strip, the dire need of healthcare and starving is starting to take in the population of the Gaza. Meanwhile, in Australia, amid severe flooding in New South Wales, prompting firefighters executed a daring rescue of a motorist stranded in the rushing floodwaters.
One mother doesn't know where to turn to help her son, who was seriously injured during a bombardment in Gaza. His legs are paralyzed and he will never walk again. She said there are no more medicines in the hospital. There are no more urine bags that her son needs, not even a poor painkiller. Her son has been wearing the same nappy for 3 days. The health system in Gaza is in its death throes. Only one hospital is still functioning in the north of the Gaza Strip. It is saturated with sick and injured patients. According to the doctors, every day 15 children are admitted because they are suffering from malnutrition, and 23 have died in the north of the enclave, according to the Hamas Ministry of Health. In a district to the north of Gaza City, almost all the pharmacies have been destroyed. The enclave's largest hospital is now a ruin. The Israeli Defense Forces (IDF) said Sunday it had withdrawn its ground forces from Khan Yunis after months of fierce fighting, saying its 98th Division had concluded its mission and would be leaving the Gaza Strip to recuperate and prepare for future operations. The Health Ministry in Gaza said in its latest update that the death toll since the start of the Israel military campaign in response to the October 7 attack now exceeds 33,170 people, and that most of those killed are women and children. The Israeli military assault on Gaza came in response to an unprecedented attack led by the Palestinian militant group Hamas on southern Israel that authorities there say killed around 1,200 people and saw 240 hostages taken. More than 100 of them have been returned, and both Israel and Hamas said several of those who remain in the territory have been killed. Firefighters in New South Wales pulled off a dramatic rescue in Wollongong, a city south of Sydney, after they were called there when a motorist became stranded in rushing flood water on Saturday, April 6. Over 150 people have reportedly been rescued amid severe flooding in eastern New South Wales, with dozens of rescues carried out in Sydney amid dangerous flooding in low-lying areas. Sydney saw almost a month's worth of rain, with 111 millimeters of rainfall over the 24 hours, forcing thousands to evacuate the outskirts of the city. Sydney's main supply of water, the Warragamba Dam, also reportedly began spilling on Saturday, 2 days earlier than expected, with water volumes equivalent to 80,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools pumped downstream every single hour. Russian Ambassador Vasyl Nebenzia on 8 April told reporters in New York that over the past 3 days, the armed forces of Ukraine had carried out a number of attacks against the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, and urged the international community to condemn these irresponsible and gravely dangerous actions of the Kyiv regime. Describing a series of attacks, Nebenzia said a kamikaze drone hit the area of the canteen on the territory of ZMPP. As a result, 3 persons were injured, one of them heavily, and the truck unloading the food was damaged. He noted that just 20 minutes before the attack, this area was visited by International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA, experts in accordance with a previously agreed plan. At 3:05 p.m., Nebenzia said the armed forces of Ukraine directly hit with a drone a nuclear installation, the dome of the power unit number 6. He explained that IAEA experts, accompanied by the ZMPP employees, had visited the sites and had inspected the places hit with the drones documented the damage and remains of munitions and delivery vehicles. According to the IAEA, for the first time since November 2022, Europe's largest nuclear power plant was directly targeted in military action, representing a clear violation of the 5 basic principles for protecting the facility established by Director General Grossi at the United Nations Security Council in May last year.
And now let's move on to stories from home, where this week Muslims all over the world celebrated Eid al-Fitr, including Indonesia. National Police or Polri sent off travelers participating in Polri's Eid al-Fitr homecoming program in Jakarta. Also, the Jakarta International Expo or G-Expo, holding the first Eid al-Fitr centered Jakarta festival called Jakarta Lebaran Fair from April 3rd to 21st. Let's have a look.
Jakarta International Expo Marketing Director Ralph Schoeneman said in Jakarta last week that the Jakarta Lebaran Fair would become the pioneer of large exhibition in Jakarta after the Jakarta Fair. Schoeneman says the company decided to hold Jakarta Lebaran Fair based on its review of past Jakarta Fair events in 2016 and 2019, both of which coincided with the fasting month of Ramadan. Schoeneman says people were enthusiastic with Jakarta Fair in 2016 and 2019, despite a lot of Jakarta residents were preparing to travel to their hometown for Eid al-Fitr. After the COVID-19 pandemic, the company expects to repeat the same success through a specific event. The festival is also expected to help micro, small, and medium enterprises thrive after being hit by the pandemic. During its first opening on April 3rd, with visitors coming from various regions. The Jakarta Lebaran Fair showcases 500 micro and small medium enterprises tenants as well as prominent brands.
Chief of the National Police or Polri, General Listio Sigit Prabowo, sent off travelers participating in Polri's free Eid al-Fitr homecoming program in Jakarta. He said that the free buses would take participants to 4 destinations: West Java, Central Java, Yogyakarta, and East Java. Listio expressed his hope that other ministries and institutions could offer similar free homecoming programs. He affirmed that if travelers fail to secure a seat in the program, Polri will coordinate with other institutions that still have available quotas in their free homecoming programs to assist them. Meanwhile, head of Polri's Traffic Corps, Inspector General Aan Suhanan, said that the free program is also being offered by 19 regional police offices. In total, 58,350 bus seats have been provided for free under the program. He said that the program is held to minimize traffic accidents that occur often during the e-travel. During the e-travel in 2023, there were around 3,500 accidents in 15 days, which left 554 people dead.
So right now I'm here at Kertajati International Airport in Majalengka, Regency, West Java, Indonesia. And as you can see, the view right behind me are people queuing for their flight in 1 and 2 hours from now to go back to their hometown in this homecoming event approaching the Eid al-Fitr long holiday. So I spoke with the Executive General Manager of the Kertajati International Airport, and he stated that on 6th of April, there is a highest record, the all-time highest record for this homecoming event, and it reaches 2,500 passengers from the very airport. But he also expected there will also be a potential increase in the number for today and 7th of April. So we are currently expecting more and more people to come to this airport for their flights. And compared to the the data of a day-to-day basis in flights of the Kertajati International Airport, the number, Executive General Manager stated that the number is 1,000 to 1,500 only. It means a double increase is expected and shown in this very homecoming event. So nevertheless, stay safe and happy holiday. Bramudayan Arianto reporting for TVRI World.
OIKN's Deputy for Social, Cultural and Community Empowerment, Alimuddin, stated on April 7th that OIKN will hold a major event lasting for 6 months, which will be held in one of the most iconic locations in Nusantara in the middle of the forest. He told that his site will showcase Nusantara's lifestyle, culture, community, life and development at the expo. He said that OIKN was waiting to hold the activity, but it was delayed due to various reasons. Hence, he considers August to be the appropriate time for the event. Alimuddin then invited all parties to take full advantage of the opportunity to actualize the culture and spirit of Nusantara's development. He said that OIKN has invited several art practitioners to provide inputs on the concept for the Nusantara dance. He added that the opportunity must be used by local residents because they must be actors in their own villages and become Nusantara's development partners. He also informed, for instance, the construction of the road infrastructure from Nusantara to West Kutai district in East Kalimantan is part of efforts to enable access to the Dayak culture.
Director General of Health Services of the Ministry of Health, Azhar J. said on Thursday, BPJS will continue to cover health services and medical treatment for travellers. Azhar explained, the services at the health centres are provided by the Health Ministry at various travelling points and free of charge. However, if the travellers must be referred to hospital for further treatment, BPJS will only cover the cost for member of BPJS Kesihatan. Therefore, Azhar hoped people would prepare themselves before travelling by becoming BPJS members. The Ministry of Health has assigned 62 personnel to work at the integrated monitoring station across Java, Sumatra, Kalimantan and Sulawesi.
And now we'll bring you stories from around the world. Intense heat and extreme weather conditions have led to the drying up of any reservoirs and rivers in Binh Thuan province, Vietnam. As a result, residents are exploring every possible means to secure water for daily use. This and more that on Your World.
Chiang Mai residents on Thursday gathered to participate in merit-making activities by making the Sand Pagoda, towering up to 17 meters as a part of the traditional New Year festivities in this northern city. The event took place at the Jedlin Temple in Mueang district, aiming to preserve the Lana cultural heritage. The sand is donated by the people to make the Sand Pagoda, decorated with colorful Lana-style flags. Traditional music and dance performances were held for the celebration. Additionally, a ritual of pouring water over the province's senior monk is conducted using the water from the 8 sacred sources in Chiang Mai and Lamphun provinces. Devotees poured the holy water into a trough to reach the senior monk sitting in a wooden pavilion. Afterwards, attendees collected blessed water from the sacred sources in bottles to take home, symbolizing auspicious beginning for the new year. The New Year festivities at Wat Jet Li will continue until April 16, encompassing various traditional rituals and cultural performances. Encouraging outstanding individuals, young intellectuals, and laborers from the ethnic group to return to their local communities has helped many hardship areas in the Central Highlands overcome poverty and prosper. Along with that, the living standards of locals have also improved. Our story in the Central Highland province of Dak Lak. Dang Ao Tan, along with 150 Dao ethnic households, established the Chu Sui Sustainable Agriculture Cooperative in Dalat province, aiming to enhance coffee production sustainability. With a 210-hectare raw material areas, they have boosted productivity to 3 until 3.5 tons per hectare, offering higher purchase rates than the market. The initiative ensures stable annual incomes ranging from $4,000 to $12,000 for Dao ethnic households. Vo Tui Hai highlights the link between the improved coffee quality and increased ripening rates, enhancing competitiveness. Da Van Hoan underscores the cooperative role in providing access to modern agricultural practices benefiting farmers economically. Led by young Dao intellectuals, the cooperative not only uplifts living standards, but also inspires sustainable progress in the local community, serving as a model for the poverty alleviation and rural development. On April 9, 2024, NASA astronauts aboard the International Space Station or ISS provided a unique perspective on Monday's solar eclipse. Split-screen footage showcased the eclipse views from Houston, Texas, contrasting with the ISS astronauts' vantage points as the station transfers from the New York State into the southeastern Canada. Through the ISS windows, viewers witnesses the moon's shadow, known as the umbra, casting over Earth. The video captured the phenomenon as a part of the southeastern Canada darkened during the eclipse, illustrating the awe-inspiring sights from space. This remarkable footage offers a glimpse into the celestial event, highlighting the interplay between Earth and the cosmos as observed from the ISS. In Chungcheong, Yunnan Province, southwest China, a photographer's perseverance paid off with the precious footage of the elusive green pea fowl after a 6-day wait. This majestic bird, native to Southeast Asia and the southern China, is under top national level protections and listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List. Once referred as a symbol of luck and nobility in traditional Chinese culture, its populations are dwindling globally. The captured videos showcase the green pea fowl's playful interactions, sand showers, and tail flaunting during the breeding season. Employing a 360-degree panoramic camera allowed for the comprehensive documentation of their behaviors. With Yunnan hosting a significant portion of China's green pea fowl population, efforts to monitor and protect these birds are crucial for their survival. Intense heat and extreme weather has exacerbated water scarcity in Ham Thuan Nam District, Binh Thuan Province, Vietnam. Many reservoirs and rivers have dried up, leaving residents scrambling to secure water for daily use. In the village 1 of Ham Can Commune, the Linh River barely trickles, prompting locals to dig small wells under the riverbed. They must dig deeper each day to ensure a water supply, highlighting the severity of the situation. For those living near the river, fetching water remains an option, but others spend over $20 per cubic meter on bottled water. Uncertain of its hygiene, bottles of water have become a precious commodity for many. Nguyen Phu Phuoc from the Binh Thuan Provincial Department of Agriculture and Rural Development emphasizes the importance of the reservoirs to mitigate water scarcity. However, many areas lack of adequate irrigation systems, exacerbating the crisis. Statistics reveals that Van Thiet City and 41 other areas are grappling with water shortages, affecting nearly 100,000 people. Addressing the issue requires urgent action to ensure access to clean water for all residents. In the Uludeere districts of Turkey's Şırnak province, the majestic sight of reverse tulip of Fritillaria imperialis graces the landscape on a spring day. Native to the rocky terrain of eastern Anatolia, these crown imperials, also known as the Weeping Bride, have blossomed, painting the high-altitude lands with vibrant hues of orange, red, and yellow. Additionally, symbolizing the brides separated from their lovers, these endemic plants carry cultural significance among locals. Additionally, in Christianity, they are associated with the tears of the Virgin Mary and the crucifixion of Jesus. The photographers flock to capture the beauty of these blooms, which have fleeting lifespan of around 20 days. Once fully blossomed, they adorn the landscape magnificently before gradually fading away with the passing of time.
We hope you enjoy for today's episode of Your World. I'm Adrian Arikusumo. Thanks for watching and happy Ramadan Idul Fitri 1445 Hijriah, and see you next week.